Welcome back. All right, 4 games tonight in the National Hockey League. 2 early ones, 2 late ones. Let's go ahead and jump in and review what took place tonight in the National Hockey League. All right, we'll start things off with the Vancouver Canucks in New York against the Islanders. Demko versus Sorokin, early jump for the Canucks. Horvat's then denied from the doorstep, so Demko's tested by former Canuck Bo Horvat pretty early. Joshua's a jam attempt that saved. The Islanders rush after that. The Islanders press at 3 minutes. The Canucks press at 4 minutes. Shots are 2-1 in favor of the Vancouver Canucks at 5 minutes. Horvat then has a rush chance that's defended. The Islanders press 8 minutes in. Good forechecking for Vancouver. The shots are 4 apiece with 8 minutes left. DPD fires one wide, so that's Elias Pettersson fires one wide. The Islanders rush. Horvat's denied again. The Islanders press with 5 minutes left. Duclair is a slot shot that's held. Momentum was building for the New York Islanders. As the period went along, Lee has a net drive chance that's held. Demko's the reason this thing's scoreless at this point. Canucks press in the final minute. It's 0-0 after 1. Second period. Early press by the Islanders. The Canucks get some pressure at a minute and a half, and eventually they would open the scoring. Sherwood deflects in a point shot. Hughes and Hronik with the assists at 2:39. The Canucks then look for another. Dobson has a sharp angle shot that's saved. We get a power play for Vancouver, and the Islanders score on it. It is Cizikas on a turnover rush, burying it for the shorthanded goal. Pajot with the assist at 5:35. And as soon as Pajot grabbed that puck, I just looked down and went, "Ah, crap." I knew it was coming. The Islanders then finish the kill and then get the rush after that. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Hughes has a screenshot that's saved. Islanders press at 8.5 minutes, and they would score to get the lead. At 9 minutes, D'Angelo roofs one from the slot. It's a 4-on-4 goal. Cizikas and Engvall with the assist, so 2-1 lead for the Islanders, who with a win tonight would move past the Montreal Canadiens into that number 2 wildcard spot. Holmstrom nearly adds one on the rush. The Islanders press. The Canucks block. Garland then has a backhander that's held. The Islanders press with 7.5 minutes left. Blueger to O'Connor. There's a near miss there for the Vancouver Canucks. Lee has a rush chance that's held. Sherwood can't bury one in close, and then Ratu tips one in at 13:59. Marcus Pettersson and Sherwood with the assists on that. So it's a 2-2 tie. The Islanders press to respond. Riley fires one wide. Duclair's then denied. The Islanders press some more. Linus Karlsson has a rush chance that's saved. The Islanders press with 2 minutes left, but at 19:35, Forbert goes 5-hole on a rush. Yeah, Derek Forbert on a rush threw everybody off. DeBrusk and Suter with the assists, so the Canucks have a 3-2 lead after 2, and we're going to the third. A minute and 5 seconds into the third period, Blueger goes posting in from the slot, the assist to Connor Garland, and suddenly the Canucks have a 4-2 lead. Islanders press to respond as Hogberg's now in the net. Canucks press at 5 minutes. There's a power play for the Islanders. That's killed off. The Canucks press after it's done. Pajot takes a puck to the face. That was not fun, but he does come back into the game. He exits for repairs. Islanders press at 9 minutes. Lee's denied and close. The Canucks are forced to ice it. The Canucks then get some pressure with 9 minutes left. The Islanders get pinned down a bit, but they block the net. There's a press by the Canucks with 5.5 minutes left. Then we get a post for Engvall on a rush. 4:41 left. The Canucks get a power play, and with 4:04 left, they pull the goalie to make it a 6-on-4. Pajot fans on a slot shot. The power play's killed off. The Islanders press during the 6-on-5, and then at 18:08, Sherwood hits the empty net. Suter and O'Connor with the assists. The Canucks win this one 5-2 over the Islanders. They go to 34, 26, and 12 with the win, pull themselves within 3 points of St. Louis. The Islanders stay 1 point out of a playoff spot at 32, 29, and 10. Shots on net, 10-5 Islanders in the first, 13-11 Vancouver in the second, 7 apiece in the third. Final shots, 28-25 for the Islanders. Power plays, Vancouver 0-for-1. Islanders 0-for-2. The hits, 28-21 Islanders. Demko, good night for him. 26 saves on 28 shots. Sorokin, 15 saves on 19 shots. I think all 4 goals were glove side on him. I think he's overplayed. I think that with Varlamov being out, they don't start Hogberg. Hogberg's saved all 5 shots in relief. Honestly, Hogberg's numbers have been good. I'm not sure why he doesn't get a start. I'm bewildered. But at any rate, that's that game. Let's move on. So, the other early game was New Jersey in against the Chicago Blackhawks. So, it's Markstrom versus Knight. Shots are 2-0 for the Devils at 2.5 minutes. Hawks press at 3.5 minutes. They're kept to the outside. Teams trade turnovers. Cotter fires one wide on a 2-on-1 rush. And then at 6:23, it's a cross-ice pass and in, buried by Bastian. Luke Hughes and Tatar with the assists at 6:23. The Devils then get a power play right after, and at 6:50, they make it 2-0. Mercer buries one on a net drive. Luke Hughes and Hischier with the assists there. So it's 2-0 New Jersey with 2 goals in 27 seconds. Devils look to add another. We then get a power play for Chicago, and they score on it. It takes, I think, 7 seconds for theirs. I think it was 6 seconds for New Jersey to score on their power play. At any rate, Bertuzzi buries one in close at 9:06 from Donato and Levshinov. Shots are 5-4 for the Devils at the half, meaning 3 of the 9 shots have gone in the net. Foligno has a rush chance that's saved. The Hawks press with 4 minutes left. The Devils break up a 3-on-2. There's a press by Chicago in the final minute. It's a 2-1 lead for New Jersey after 1. Second period. Early jump for the Devils. The Hawks end up drawing a power play. There's an early clear. And then at 3:14, it's a shorthanded goal. Palat roofs one from the right circle on a rush. Jesper Bratt with the assist. And it's a 3-1 lead for the Devils. Devils then finish the kill. That's the important thing. You get the shorthanded goal. Make sure you finish the kill as well. Hawks press at 5 minutes, and at 5:26, Mikheyev scores from Teravainen and Foligno. He roofs a cross-ice pass there, so no chance on that one for Markstrom. Hawks then tie it, but it's reviewed for a high stick, and it is deemed that, yes, in fact, it was contacted with a high stick, so no goal. Devils press at 6.5 minutes. Shots are 3 apiece at 9 minutes. Nazar has a slapper that's saved. We get a power play for the Devils. Near miss for Meyer and close. And then Mercer goes posting in from the left circle on that power play at 11 minutes. Luke Hughes and Bratt with the assists. It's 4-2 in favor of the New Jersey Devils. Devils press with 6 minutes left. More pressure by New Jersey with 4 minutes left. Then Chicago gets some pressure of their own with 1.5 minutes left. It remains 4-2 New Jersey after 2. Third period, Bastian has a net feed that's held. The teams trade turnovers. Maroons denied on a rush opportunity. Mikheyev fires one high on a net drive. The Devils press at 4 minutes. Shots are 3-2 for Chicago at 5.5 minutes. Near miss for Meyer and close. Hischier has a wrister that's held. Murphy then has a chance that's held. Good rebound control by both goaltenders at this point in the game. Devils press with 9 minutes left. Shots are 7-4 for the Hawks with 7 minutes left. Murphy has the shot that's kicked aside. Rebounds cleared. The goalie pull happens with 4:08 left, and Chicago scores 6-on-5. Nazar buries a rebound in close. Is that his second goal of the game? No, it's not. I know I've said his name. I wanted to see if it was a goal. No. Levshinov and Bedard with the assists at 17:10. So you pull the goalie again. Then with 33.1 seconds left, the Hawks call a timeout. Whatever they discuss does not work. At 19:47, it's Nason hitting the empty net from Nico Hischier. The Devils win this one 5-3. They go to 38, 28, and 7 with the win. Chicago 21, 42, and 9 with the loss. Shots on net, 7-5 New Jersey in the first, 7-6 New Jersey in the second, 13-6 Chicago in the third. Final shots 24-20 in favor of the Hawks. Power plays, Chicago goes 1 for 2. New Jersey scores on both of theirs. The hits 29-16 for New Jersey. Markstrom saves 21 out of 24. And Knight saves 15 out of 19. Let's go to board number 2. All right, well, I changed the angle because Shadow left and Maple's just sleeping, so no point watching that. All right, let's talk about Dallas and Edmonton. So, Ottinger versus Skinner, early jump for the Oilers. Hyman has a fast break chance that's held. The shots are 4-0 Oilers at 2.5 minutes. It was really Jake Ottinger against the Oilers in this one. Really was. Brown fires one wide on a net drive. Again, all Oilers. The Oilers draw a power play. There's an early clear. Bouchard has a shot that saved. The power play's killed off. 4 shots on net for the Oilers. So again, Ottinger's the only reason that Dallas is not behind 2-0 at this point. Oilers go back to the power play. That one's killed off. No shots on net on that one. Stars press are kept to the outside, and then at 14:26, Johnston goes glove side in close on a rush. Dodonov and Ben with the assists. Stars then draw a power play. Pretty aggressive penalty kill by the Oilers during this. Janmark's denied. The power play's killed off. Hyman then fires one wide as the Oilers press in the final minute. It's 1-0 Dallas after 1. Second period. Hyman gets shaken up along the boards. He was tied up with Marchment. They fell down. Hyman would return to the game. Stars had the early jump in this period. Kulak then has a net drive that saved. Bouchard exits. He just needed to walk it off. I guess he would come back into the game too. Shots are 5-1 Dallas at 2.5 minutes. So much better start to this period for Dallas than in the first. Hyman's denied and close on a rush. Ekholm has a shot that's saved. Puck's cleared out. And then at 5:01, a cross-crease pass is tipped in by Robertson. He scores from Hintz and Rantanen. Stars then press for another. The Oilers press at 7 minutes. Bouchard has a shot that's kicked aside. We get a power play for the Oilers. That's killed off. And then at 10:42, on a rush out of the box, Robertson goes short side. Hintz with the assist. So it's that watch for the guy who's coming out of the penalty box thing. Shots are 9-8 for the Oilers with 8.5 minutes left. Dodonov is a net feed. That's picked off. The Stars draw a power play. There's a shorthanded net drive by Brown. That's saved. We get 13 seconds of 5-on-3 for Dallas. Very short period of time, but Dallas makes it work. At 15:28 during the 5-on-3, it's a face-off win and in. Robertson with the natural hat trick in the second period. Harley and Hintz with the assists on that. So Rope Hintz with an assist on all 3 goals scored by Robertson. The Oilers then do kill off the 5-on-4. Skinner has a rush chance that deflects wide. It's 4-0 for Dallas after 2. Third period, full Oilers power play to start. There's a blocker save on Jeff Skinner by Ottinger. There's a shorthanded rush by Granlund. That saved. Power play's killed off. 2 shots on net. Duchesne fires one wide from the slot. Then there's a crossbar for Arvidsson. Nurse has a chance that's held as the Oilers press. Skinner takes, it's an accidental knee to the head from Rantanen. Rantanen's going across the front of the net. Skinner's there, and there's contact with the head. It looked rough. Skinner left the game. Pickard comes in. The Oilers were upset, as any team would be, that their goaltender got hurt, but there was no intent from Rantanen on the play. And he tried to explain that to Corey Perry, who was chirping him, but to no avail. I don't think Perry bought it. Stars press, and all I could think was, is Corey Perry talking about somebody else at this stage in his career? It's weird. Stars press at 7.5 minutes. The Oilers draw a power play, and they would score on it, and it's Perry. So it felt like after Skinner got hurt, that really fired up the Oilers. Perry buries this one in close. Wallman and Henrique with the assists at 9:29. The Oilers go back to the power play. A shorthanded net drive by Steele draws a crowd. They take one of each to the box. So Steele gets 2 for goalie interference. Although I felt like Wallman held him and made it so he had to hit the goaltender, but Wallman goes to the box too for roughing. So I think this was the referee trying to keep the temperature down in this game and understanding that he had to put Steele in the box as well as Wallman. But either way, during that power play that's still going on during all this, at 13:53, Henrique roofs one short side. Perry and Bouchard with the assists. Now it's 4-2 in favor of Dallas. The Oilers press for another. It's back to all Oilers, same as it was at the start of the game. Goalie pull happens with 2:40 left. Bouchard fires one high on a slap shot. And then at 18:35, Hyman buries a rebound in close. Bouchard and Ekholm with the assists. I was also telling the TV, and the Dallas Stars didn't hear me, but I kept saying, stop icing the puck. So, because this Hyman goal was directly from they kept just icing the puck. Oilers call a timeout with 42.7 seconds left on a Dallas icing, and Dallas holds on. They win this one 4-3. Much like the game they lost against the Oilers 5-4, this one really turned in the third period, and this time it's Dallas hanging on by the skin of their teeth. They go to 46-21-4 with the win. The Oilers drop to 41-25-5 with the loss. They're in Seattle tomorrow night. Shots on net, 14-5 Edmonton in the first, 14-13 Dallas in the second, 18-5 Edmonton in the third. Final shots 45-24 for Edmonton. The Stars had no business winning this game. Power plays, Dallas 1 for 3, Edmonton 2 for 6. The hits 22-9 for Edmonton. Ottinger saved 42 out of 45. He was honestly fantastic. His shutout streak was broken at 130 plus minutes. Skinner 17 saves on 21 shots before the injury, and Pickard 3 saves on 3 shots. We'll see what Skinner's status is for the game tomorrow night. I would think Pickard was going to play anyways. Just give Skinner that rest, and if he's not able to travel tomorrow, or if they just hold him back, I'm sure it'll be fine. But either way, the Oilers do not get the win tonight, and now they're going to need one tomorrow night as well. All right, last game of the night, and we are talking about Boston and Anaheim. So I don't expect retention numbers to stay really high on this one. Corpusalo versus, not that I really pay much attention to that. Corpusalo, I know I'm a bad YouTuber. I don't pay any attention to the retention numbers. Corpusalo versus Gibson, my feelings would be hurt. The lone shot on net was for the Bruins at 3 minutes, although they took that away from them. Ducks press are kept to the outside. Terry has a rush chance that saved. Gauthier has a slot shot that saved. The Ducks press after it's done, and the Ducks had some opportunities early. Shots are 6-3 for the Ducks 5.5 minutes in. So Korpisalo was busy. Zegras has a net feed that's blocked. The Ducks press at 8.5 minutes. The Bruins press with 8 minutes left. There's a near miss for Nestorenko. In close, the Bruins clear. We get a power play for the Ducks. Terry has a chance that's saved and cleared. Power play's killed off. With 3:27 left, the Bruins get a power play, and Anaheim scores on it. Yep, it was the night of shorthanded goals tonight. Carlson roofs one on a rush. Killorn and Hellison with the assists at 17:33. And then, most importantly, the Ducks finish the kill. They're up 1-0 after one. Second period. Early press by the Ducks. Things get pushed and a hold by Korpisalo. The shots are 4-0 for Anaheim 4 minutes in. Bruins are just flat. And I had to write that on the board. The Bruins are flat tonight. This is just how Boston is. They're just playing out the string. There's not a whole lot else to say with this. Geekie has a one-timer that's held. Gibson wasn't busy, but he was sharp to that point in the game. Teams trade turnovers. Letary has a chance that's blocked out. The Bruins press at 7 minutes. Strome to Terry, near miss in the Bruins zone there. Power play for Boston, lots of cycling. No path to the net, though. That's killed off. No shots on net, and no momentum either. The Ducks press with 8 minutes left. At 13:58, Nestorenko goes 5-hole from the doorstep. The Ducks go straight to the power play after, as there was Callahan. High sticks Harkins right in the neck, right in the it was ugly, and the argument was that it was going to be a double minor. There was no blood drawn, but this is finally a referee acknowledging there can be an injury without blood. But at any rate, because there was a goal scored right after, and the penalty was being called instead of it being a 4-minute power play, it's a 2-minute. I'm going to go ahead and agree with the Ducks announcers. They could have called that a 5 and then looked at it on review. But either way. So everything gets punchy with 5:02 left, and 2 Ducks go to the box. So we go from the Ducks having a power play to a 4-on-3 power play for Boston. The referee is informed at this point that he sucks, because fans have to tell him, otherwise he won't know. Pasternak has a screenshot that's held, and then during the 5-on-3, because Boston, of course, has a player come out of the box before the 2 members of the Ducks are coming out. Pasternak roofs one on a face-off win. Geekie and Lindholm with the assists at 16:19. Gets Boston on the board. It's a 2-1 score. The Ducks then kill off the 5-on-4, and not long after, at 17:57, Zacha scores a beautiful goal for the wrong team. He put it off the crossbar and in on his own goaltender, and so Lacombe is credited with the goal. Last I looked, the app still doesn't say own goal, but it's clearly own goal. Sort of like Nestorenko, the last time I looked, it still says it's his goal. I think it was Harkins, but either way, Harkins paid the price to get them that power play. So, yeah, ugly one there. Zacha puts it in his own net and looked kind of dejected, as one does after doing so. And then at 18:45, Gauthier. This should never go in. I think Korpisalo was still either distracted or just whatever it was. It was a sharp angle shot. Gauthier just kind of throws it at the net, and it goes through Korpisalo. The assist to Killorn at 18:45. So suddenly it's a 4-1 lead for the Ducks, and this is just rolling in the wrong way for Boston. 18 seconds left. The Bruins get a power play. So it's 4-1 after 2. The Bruins with the power play to start the third. The Ducks finish the kill. No shots on net for Boston's power play. They're undermanned. Boston's severely undermanned at this point via trade and injury. So Jokiharju has a chance that's saved after. The teams trade turnovers. The fans call one. The referee does not. The fans were hot in this one towards the officials. And then at 4:02, Carlson goes short side from the slot. Lacombe with the assist. And before this goal, Korpisalo looked really shaky trying to handle a puck. Maybe 30 seconds before this one goes in. So 5-1 lead for the Ducks. Then we had a fight between Callahan and Harkins because, Callahan wronged Harkins, so he had to fight. Bruins press at 6 minutes. Letary has a turnover chance that's blocked, and then Koepke has a chance that's held as the Bruins get what might have been their best offensive flurry of the third period. The shots are 7-3 Boston at 8 minutes. The Ducks press at 8.5 minutes. We get a power play for Anaheim. That's killed off. Strome's denied after, and then on a rush. McTavish wires one top far corner at 12:25 to make it 6-1. And I was thinking, is a no mercy magnet going on this board tonight? But no, at 12:46, Geeky puts one under Gibson's arm from the left circle. Zaka with the assist, that makes it 6-2 in favor of the Ducks. Bruins press with 6 minutes left. Geeky has a slot shot that's saved. And it is at this point where I thought, this game is more exciting. There's a lot more going on, meaning the Dallas-Edmonton one, for anybody who might be listening on the podcast. But yeah, Anaheim had this one in the bag. They win 6-2. They go to 31-32-8. The dream of finishing at 500 or better is still there for the Ducks. Not there for Boston. 30-34-9 with the loss. It's just they're careening out of the playoff picture. Shots on net, 15-5 Anaheim in the first, 12-4 Anaheim in the second, 16-10 Boston in the third. Final shots are 37-25 for the Ducks. Power plays, Boston 1 for 5, Anaheim 0 for 3. The hits 19-11 Anaheim. Korpisalo 31 saves on 37 shots. Gibson 23 saves on 25 shots. So there you go. You're all caught up in tonight's action. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.